And now we're going to turn to a short documentary film that the Atlantic Philanthropies commissioned about the Domestic Workers Alliance, which reveals, I think, two very important and overlooked populations: America's infirm elderly and the domestic workers who bathe and feed and care for them, in many cases who are undocumented immigrants or struggling to earn a living wage or not living in dignified working conditions. As the Atlantic Philanthropies moves towards its intended conclusion, it's made a really great effort to tell the stories of the issues and the organizations it's supported through its grant making. And we're media impact funders, so we're going to share a little bit of media with you right now. Thanks.
Yes, you're good. Okay. It's everyone's dream to go to the United States and establish a good life. But when I got here, I was working like a slave, 24 hours, and then I didn't have the days off. This consumer right now that I have, they changed my life, and they're paying me right. That's nice. Bob, you remember? The first time we're about to do the live drawing before the painting, what did I say to you that time?
You said to me you couldn't do it. I said, whatever I do, you do. We're going to be in the National Gallery with our paintings together. Look at that. It's coming together.
I am so grateful. You know, giving me a chance, opportunity, you know, fair pay.
I'm very fortunate too.
Are you?
You helped me so much.
Right.
You're there for me, and you're unreal.
Unreal.
Los Angeles is home to the largest concentration of domestic workers in the country, many of whom are undocumented. Caregiving is the resource that makes everything else possible in our economy. We created this movement to bring family caregivers and people in need of care and support together to create a resource, create a place for training and empowerment for this workforce.
We're calling together a special campaign committee meeting this morning. There's a lot that's really building momentum.
When I got to this organization, the Filipino Workers Center, I felt like I have a family. I became an activist because of the abuse that I've been through.
We're here, we're fighting for our rights, because if we win this, then it's not just for me, but it's for all the domestic workers.
We just saw that in our community, there wasn't yet an organization that was really looking at the needs of workers. We knew that this is where we needed to be. In 2013, we were able to pass overtime protections for all domestic workers in California, but it would sunset unless there's new legislation that makes it permanent. Until last October, caregivers could be paid $1 an hour, and it was completely legal on a federal level because they were not protected by even basic minimum wage protections. We passed the assembly floor, and now we're going to the governor's desk. We still have one more major hurdle to go.
The more in number, then people would really notice and would really hear what we're fighting for. Yeah.
It's taken us a while to break through a lot of fear that workers have about speaking out. 1015. Have you heard about SB 1015?
It's like making overtime pay for the domestic care workers, like us caregivers, to make it permanent. The Governor Brown has signed it already, but it would end this January 2017. That's why we're lobbying to make it permanent. I'm passionate about this cause because I'm also a caregiver and experienced the abuses, so I know what I'm talking about. Can you tell me something about like your problem? How is it that why are you here?
I have to do everything, not only the patient that I have to take care, but
including
also including the family. I have to clean the whole house and then feed the dog.
Oh, okay.
It's everything.
How many periods of rest do they give?
There's
15 minutes?
There's no definite time.
Is a live-in arrangement or you just
It's
go
a,
there?
it's a live-in.
Live-in, okay. So you stay with your consumer 24/7. No overtime being paid, no overtime pay. Yeah, we got a case here.
Domestic work is the work that makes all other work possible. It's caring for those basic foundational things in our society, our children, our elders, our houses. And we need to value the work as such. We need to transform this whole industry because we have two vulnerable populations that are affected by this.
You know, we old people are supposed to make it better for the next generation, you know. That's our job. Unfortunately, there's a lot of old people in America, they only want to stay young. Get Botox, get more sex. They want to be young forever. They call themselves anti-aging. Look at this stupid thing about anti-aging. No matter what you do, you will age. America is a very sad place for people who are old.
We don't call them old people. We call them as elderly or the seniors.
Really?
It's just because it's more sensitive
No,
to
it's
the feelings.
politically correct. It's nothing to do with sensitivity.
Because there are
Don't believe
others.
in that shit.
We're all caregivers in one form or another, and we're also all in need of care, or will be. To age is to live, and to care is to be human. Those are truths, but from a dominant popular culture perspective in this country, those haven't yet quite taken hold. Today, there are 11 million people who are undocumented, living and working in this country, building community, creating opportunity, working, supporting families, and our work has really been about changing the norms and beliefs that really devalue this work.
I have my life now. Now when I found this client, they treated me like a person,
Like family.
like family.
Yeah, when they treat us like family, and
Yeah.
then we eat together. That's
So,
where
yeah.
we get our fulfillment.
Yes,
right?
so now I got my dignity back. Fair pay, I can do things like this. Gathering,
Right.
picnic. Asan tayo?
Hello everybody! Late na, late na.
Hi everybody!
Gutom na.
A tourist spot is the mural, and this mural was made by a Filipino muralist. He incorporated the Filipino-American story, starting from the farm workers. So we are now the professionals, the caregivers, the doctors, the nurses that migrated here in the U.S., and we are still continuing our struggle.
Present.
Maybe our face would be up there in the
Yeah.
near future.
What a powerful piece of media about an important issue. And a lot of the folks that are caregivers for our parents and elderly relatives are also uninsured, and many of them benefited from the Affordable Care Act, which is, obviously being debated right now in the U.S. Senate. So I think there'll be a need for updating and more work in this area in time to come.